What's up everyone? Today I'm going to give you a step-by-step leveling guide and how to take your map from blank to looking like this in just under 20 minutes. Alright, starting out, here I am, fresh level 30 at the Welcome Recruits sign in the Coastal Bonescape. We already have the abandoned post on our map, but we have nothing else. I'm going to show you how to unlock this by going to our missions tab. We're going to go into replay, hit a lot to process, press replay this mission. Now what this is going to do, this is going to load us into the Fade Fields Launchpad faction town. When we get here, we're going to go down below and I'll show you in a second. What you want to do is do this for the other 9 missions that I have listed below. So here I am at the Fade Fields. We're going to run here, drop down, make sure that you get to the Launchpad's actual fast travel location. Now go back to your missions tab, go to the mission and just hit exit mission. What this is going to do is unlock this on our map, on our main map for us. So we're going to do this 9 more times. I have the missions down below. You'll see some have asterisks. I'll go over that here in a second. But what you can now see is that we're at the Coastal Bonescape again, but we can fast travel straight to the Launchpad if we so desire. Now this is the Timekeepers order mission. I wanted to show this mission specifically, and it's one of the ones with asterisks. That means you need to go to actual fast travel locations, but the ones with asterisks, what you need to do is, you can see here you've got the Upper Dominion Hall fast travel, but in order to make this show up on your map again, you need to exit to Kairos, use this portal. You also need to do this for another day, another universe. It's going to spawn inside the mission area. All you need to do is travel to Kairos. Now we're at the point where we can go back into our missions tab, abandon this mission, and once we exit and it takes us back to Coastal Bonescape, we will then have that area unlocked. Alright, now that we've done all of the other 9 missions that are listed below and exited the missions, this is what our map will look like. You can see we have the main launch areas from the different Fade Fields, Terminus Range, Carcadia, Burn, and Dominion, as well as up here. The next thing you want to do is come here to your inventory. I've already opened all my rewards, but you want to go to your rewards. You should have 30. It gives you for all the different missions you completed during the campaign or would have completed. And then what you're looking for is something like this weapon that is a Torg weapon or a Mal 1. You want something with stickies or impact, or Mal 1 weapons that have splash damage. These are going to be the best for knocking off the Ordinite crystals on vile bounties. Now your first farm, if you didn't get any good gear out of your rewards, then come here to Splashzone. You can see I have it on the map. This is where you will start at Coastal Bonescape. This is where I am. Come to Splashzone. Farm him for a little bit. Now this won't give you the best XP, but it will give you good mission rewards. Also, what you can do is go in here to your session settings, switch this from Ultimate Vault Hunter Mode 1 to normal. It'll make it 10 times easier, and then on top of that, the drop rates for legendaries don't change. And the reason you want the legendaries to have the same drop rate is because while you're farming Splashzone, even though you're only getting about 2,000 XP in contrast to like a 17,000 XP for a vile bounty, you can get the chance at the Fireworks Shield, which in my opinion is one of the best shields for mobbing in the game. If you don't know, the Fireworks Shield on armor segment break and on kills, it launches homing missiles. These homing missiles target other enemies. It'll kill everything around you, as well as knock off Ordinite crystals for vile bounties. Taking the time to do this farm and open up the map is far more advantageous than struggling with doing a vile bounty for 30 minutes and then failing multiple times. You'd rather just get the good gear, take the time to get the gear, and then run the missions afterwards. Alright, now for the XP leveling process. So everybody's going to tell you to stick on Ultimate Vault Hunter Mode 1 and do Vile Bounty, Vile Bounty, Vile Bounty, which is absolutely the case if you can cover those Vile Bounties in a quick amount of time, because Vile Bounties will give you about 17,000 XP per kill. On Ultimate Vault Hunter Mode 1, it'll also give you 14,000 about there for regular bounties. But what I wanted to point out in this particular instance is to not sleep on things like the collects and the patrols, because if you're in the Fade Fields to start, which I recommend you stay in the Fade Fields, because sometimes you'll have things that are like 3-4 levels higher than you. In other places, there'll be red exclamation points. The Fade Field seems to be the easiest leveling right off the bat. But things like this bounty here that you can see is a bounty for a Mangler. But this bounty is a collect, which is Mangler Tails. Well, every Mangler bounty that you go to is going to have other Manglers around. So it's easier and more efficient to do the bounty and the collect at the same time, because when you're killing the bounty Mangler, they'll be dropping tails. Then when you kill all the things surrounding it, they'll be dropping tails. Now, if all you're doing is killing the bounty and then hitting start and exiting to another location, then yes, absolutely, just do the vile bounties, do the bounties. But don't sleep on doing a bounty and a collect or a patrol that are of the same enemy type, because you can get 12,000 XP for the bounty, but get in another 12,000 for the collect or the patrol, getting you up to 24, depending on what it is, up to 30,000 XP, versus just doing one bounty, getting 17,000, and then exit the game, reload it to get your contract board back to normal. Now, for routing for XP, my favorite places to farm are going to be down here in the Fade Fields for Abandoned Post, at the Launchpad, Should I Keep, and then Makeshift Chalet in Carcadia, which is up north here where you can see I'm at right now. That's going to be your fastest route. The Fade Fields I like because they seem to do the best when it comes to having bounties and collects or patrols that are of the same enemy type. So you can knock out 2 or 3 missions all in a very short window, get a lot more XP, get more rewards that way in order to start boosting your gear set. But then Makeshift Chalet is going to be your best as far as just straight if you're doing vile bounties and want to get them done as quickly as possible. When you're at Makeshift Chalet, most of the bounties are going to be down here. If it's a pangolin, it'll be down south here. If it's a cratch, and then it'll be in this area here, in this area here at where the Vel crawler is. If they're order troops, those are going to be your main locations for bounties. And then if you get one that's in one of these other areas, I would just recommend that you abandon that one and then reload the mission set, because in order to get to, say, this area right here, you can see you have to drive a long ways around and then around again in order to get up into this plateau. So it's faster just to abandon it. Just to recap, the Fade Fields is going to be your best for bounties and for collects and tying missions together, and then Makeshift Chalet is going to be your fastest for just straight bounties. And here's the route to get there. And then don't forget to pick up Should I Keep on your way. And that's how you unlock the map fast, level quickly. If this video helped you out, then drop a like and subscribe and comment for more Borderlands 4 content. See ya!